Let's call it for what it's worth. DoorDash is trying to sneak yet another one past us, and we're going to talk about it on this segment of the Gig Geezer. If this is your first time checking out the Gig Geezer, or if you're a returning visitor of the Gig Geezer, if you would not mind, hit that subscribe button, give my content a thumbs up, share my content among others, and I definitely welcome your comments in the section below. Well, DoorDash is attempting to introduce something that may be in the interest of safety and community responsibility. But right from the start, I've already seen something where this is DoorDash sneaking yet something else right by us. Now, some of you have already seen this email, and I just got this email today, Monday, November 15, 2022. From DoorDash, it says, join the Drive Well pilot. Right there, first word, reminder. When did you previously send something out here about the Drive Well pilot? You didn't. I've not seen anything. Have you? Have you? All you've gotten is probably this initial email saying that DoorDash is introducing a Drive Well pilot program. And first word right on the email is reminder. You sure know how to I'm gonna keep it clean for now. Okay. Well, this program is something that you've probably seen in your personal auto insurance policy, in which what companies would do as a way of getting you to be basically a test for a new product that they're trying out themselves. Insurance companies will, at least years ago, insurance companies would have customers to try out a telematics device which measured your driving behavior. And what the incentive was is that over a certain period of time, you may see a significant drop in your insurance rate, but there was also the potential that your rate could go up. Now, me being a insurance agent, a licensed insurance agent, as I've shared many times here on the Gig Geezer channel, having my own agency, I've been licensed to do property and casualty since 2014. I've had customers, including myself, to participate in the company's telematics program, not only for Safeco, but for Progressive. Now, they measure your driving habits, your braking, your accelerations, how fast you drive, how often you drive, what time of day you drive. And basically, in order to get the maximum discount, you almost had to baby your vehicle and basically don't drive, because the more you drive, that's going to bring down your the discount that may be offered. If you brake a lot or you're doing any hard braking, that's going to count against you. If you take off real fast, that's going to count against you. And so you really had to be mindful during the time that you're in the telematics program in order to get the max. Now, what I would tell the customers who actually would participate, I said, now, if you participate in this and you pretty much have to baby your vehicle for the time that you're in, the company says that you may see a decrease in your rate from 5 to 30%. Most people that I saw got discounts I managed to get 17%, and that was on the high end. But somewhere between 5 and 10% was typically the discount that I saw with customers. But how does this deals with DoorDash? Well, by the way, if you like the content that's been provided in this segment of the Gig Geezer or in any other segment of the Gig Geezer, hey, hit that subscribe button, give my content a thumbs up, share my content among others, and I definitely welcome your comments in the section below. Now, DoorDash says, we're piloting a voluntary program to help Dashers understand and gain feedback about their driving performance. Select Dashers in your area will have free and unlimited access to Drive Well Go, a third-party app that gives you feedback about your driving and help make doing DoorDash safer. Key benefits: unlike insights to improve your driving performance, as I shared previously about your driving habits, braking, accelerations, how often you drive, when you drive, um, how fast you drive. Those are some of the things that this telematics measure. And then it says help improve the dasher experience and make dashing safer. That's what DoorDash says. Now, here's where I think the rubber meets the road, so to speak. If DoorDash introduces something, you know it's pretty much it's a one way, a one sided proposition here, and it's something that they're going to use to benefit themselves. I've mentioned multiple times about artificial intelligence and machine learning. This is yet additional data that's going to be used by DoorDash, I strongly believe, to help them calculate, predict how orders should be dispatched, and in that calculation is going to be driving time to the restaurant, driving time to the customer, other variables that may be involved in terms of them trying to get basically orders to the customer in an efficient and expeditious manner. Now, this same data could be used against a driver. Now, I say could be used only because if you're an employee, then you have to abide by their rules and regulations. And as we see out there on the road, there are vehicles that you may see on the back that says that they're monitored by GPS. Many of your transport places, many local businesses do this. And the reason for that is for basically liability purposes more so than anything else. If they've got some type of monitoring of the driver's driving behavior, this they feel may affect them in being safer drivers, which would be less liability on their part. Because if then they find the driver was driving like a bat out of hell and dangerously, well, guess what? The company's going to have to pay, but also it could affect the driver in terms of their future relationship with that company. They could probably fire them for for their driving behavior. And there's also the potential that well, I'll just leave it at that. But I can't see no other way that DoorDash could use these telematics or telemetrics other than for them to acquire additional data on drivers to help them in their artificial intelligence and machine learning, which will then impact additional information for their algorithm. Now, of course, the carrot in front of the carrot that's on the stick, what's dangling is if you participate. DoorDash says that you must use this on at least 80% of your orders that you accept and complete. This reminds me of it used to be with Peak Pay at least 3 years ago, going on 4 years ago in 2019 when I first started with DoorDash. In order to qualify for that extra dollar or whatever it was in my market or in your market respectively, you had to accept and complete 80% of your orders. That's correct, before you can qualify. The additional thing was that if the peak period was offered, say, between 6 and 9 o'clock, everything had to be done within that 3-hour time frame, or you would not get that money. In fact, this is how I share the experience of having accepted a $3.50 order to a Chick-fil-A from me having started in Lexington County to drive all the way to the east part of Richland County, which covered a span of about 20 miles for fucking $3.50 because I was trying to get, as a new driver, that extra $1 or $2 peak pay that was being offered because I had to accept and complete 80% of my orders. Keep that in mind, y'all. This is yet another marketing ploy by DoorDash. And if I sound negative, if I sound like I don't have anything good to say about DoorDash, well, I'm not going to apologize because I can call this as it is. This is bullshit. Now, you can go ahead on and enroll and try to win $250 because that is your prize if you're selected, having used it 80% of the time while you're out there. But I would strongly recommend not to opt in on something like this because this is data that could be used against you. I really believe that at some point down the road. Well, that's all I have to share in this segment of the Gig Geezer. If you like the content that's been provided in this segment or in any other segment, hit that subscribe button, give my content a thumbs up, share my content among others, and I definitely welcome your comments in the section below. I'm Inwood Lane, and as always, may your hustle and may your grind continue.